history of photosynthesis first. Now, when you consider the history of photosynthesis, photosynthesis is only of the entire plant concerned photosynthesis, right? Now in photosynthesis, you have something which I call as autotrophic plants. What do you remember autotrophic plants? Photosynthesis is the one food. Basically, there is no chance involved. So it is definitely the light energy or the heat and the sun that converted into the organic. Quick as a heat energy converted into energy. Correct? That is what. Photosynthesis to understand what is the outcome of photosynthesis. What is the outcome of photosynthesis? Is respiration. You have glucose which gets absorbed to give you water and energy. Completely opposite. You have carbon and oxygen which all combine together to give your carbon. So photosynthesis and respiration both are antagonistic to antagonistic. One is formation of carbohydrates, other is breakdown of carbohydrates. But इसमें are the most raw material which are present, and they also form the basic raw materials for what purpose? अभी carbohydrates क्यों लगते हैं? We need carbohydrates. Yes. Plants yes. Plants अगर carbohydrates हो तो definitely they need foods. So अगर वो नहीं है definitely तो carbohydrates will not be able to carry the necessary. Carbohydrates which are totally present. Now these carbohydrates are also, they give rise to many components of not only the plant but also it has been, it's a fact. Every year 200 billion of carbon it goes to the photosynthetic process, which is setting one of exhaustive and massive chemical transformation process. Now I guess here is a video on it was a planet, a PVC planet, something it was present. Video tree which is present in 40 years, considered 40 years onward, particular million carbon. So 1 million ton of carbon can be converted carbohydrates during the first 50 years life. And we consider now one tree is to multiply by that much number of trees, so you have that number of carbon dioxide to be you can say converted molecule. Plants can 7 into 10 raised to of carbon dioxide to produce 5 into 10 to 11 tons of solid. Okay, so 7 raised to 11. So what difference of food? उनको भी खुद को सस्टेन करना है, तो सिर्फ पूरा तो what it will sustain. So for sustaining respiration, secondary metabolic production, the sugar is we use a better. So is why in terms of plant material. also mentioned photosynthesis, which is present on the surface planet, that 19 is being only carried out by you can consider not plants are the actual main you can say carrier of photosynthesis, or the main process of photosynthesis where it occurs the marine and the freshwater alligator. The photosynthesis. So as we go back to the later 16th century or the 17th century. So in the 17th century, Aristotle believed that it was we derive nutrition from the plant and soil. That is from the dead and decaying present of the soil. Plant. Then J.B. Van Helmont in the year 1577 to 1644, that was a lifespan. So he concluded that water and soil contributed to the growth of the plant. So it was very later part. So what he said, तो Aristotle ने क्या बोला कि plants get nutrition from plant and animal level is fine. उसने water का कुछ बोला नहीं. Then Helmont said कि water and soil actually contributed to the growth of the plant. In the 1699, Woodward said that the vegetables were not formed of water, but of particular terrestrial material which was absorbed along with water. The fruits, those which we today हम लोग जो except water is present as a component, not a part. Okay, so it is not going to make up. So that is, but he says that it is absorbed along with the water. So there is something present outside water which is going to be absorbed. Edison said that green plants may get their part of nourishment through the leaves from air and sunlight. Now, Stephen Hales in 1727, that was a turning point. That the plants, what is suggested or proposed, that he or she, that is a plant which are present, may get their part of the nourishment, that is a food, through their leaves. Okay, but from where? The leaves are present high up in the sky. From where will they get the nutrition? So he suggested that from the air and sunlight. Then, 1872, Priestley, he discovered that carbon dioxide containing, that is, phlogiston, if it kept in contact with green neem plants for some months. So what Priestley says कि अगर मैंने एक प्लांट रखा जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इसमें एयर में है, if we are present we will suffocate to death, but plants either, so that carbon dioxide containing air is called as phlogiston. Okay, so what you observe after few months is that carbon dioxide decrease, okay? Not complete, but it was reduced and they is in the organic food material. Carbon dioxide ऐसा if it decrease some in the soil, it is in the plant that is still a mystery which was not solved. So what particularly Priestley said that oxygen was produced by green plants, but it did not carbon dioxide or light in photosynthesis. So he said, now how did he discover all the possibilities of will be okay? In the years just after the air non-green tissue contaminated the air. So today we had in the or the is very synthesis of oxygen. Okay, so green color photosynthesis oxygen. Non-green color no photosynthesis no oxygen. Simple we can understand. He was the first to recognize that fixed carbon dioxide was essentially synthesis. He also discovered that red wavelength of the visible spectrum of light was most effective. Essentially, absolutely essential. But that too also, अगर red wavelength अगर present है, and if the red wavelength of the light is present and it is being flashed from the parts of the plant, then efficient conversion or carbon 1782 में मैंने सिर्फ बोला कि wavelength में 1904 confirm that the regarding the so there is in which plants also as night reaction, which in his time was called as one in night and another in dark. And also to check in the 1837 confirmed part of the plant that is absolutely essential. Okay, his green color part of the plant is absolutely essential. Photosynthesis. He began in 40 reported that sole source of carbon dioxide in the air. Okay, he said that the carbon present in the plant, the source for the carbon is the carbon dioxide present in the air, and that oxygen is released from carbon dioxide is what leads. So carbon dioxide air में that is a carbon, and जो oxygen is what by plants and animals without will is obtained from solar energy. Say that which is used by the plants in solar energy. 1877 was the first person to discover that green plants also where the organs or where the organelles wherein carbon dioxide is taken and that is the location where released and also found out is first product of photosynthesis. We know today हम लोगों ने 11th standard पढ़ाई होता है. Look, visible. That means glucose is not visible. जब इस starch particular found in very high concentration, it is a very starch was the first visible product of photosynthesis. Man, spectrum of the light wherein photosynthesis is going to occur. That is what is given by the that is what which was given in the 1808. Warburg in the 1919 to the first person like called as ecology study of photosynthesis. You can say some of the history you may have studied. The majority of them, what exactly the story? Okay, first part of the topic is photosynthetic pigments. Now today we know photosynthetic. Okay, and tell me what are the different photosynthetic pigments? chlorophyll, flavonoids to others. Sorry? Chlorophyll is what? Xanthophyll, okay. I'm getting good. बोला xanthophyll है और sorry what? Neutrophil. See.
Oh, sorry.
Icanoids are carotene. Okay. Natasha, where have you heard of carotene?
Algae.
Good. Anything else? What about those colored pigments which are present, like purple, red, those colors? Purple cabbage देखा रहेगा ना सब में? Okay. Phycoerythrin, okay.
Betanin.
Betaline, good. Has anyone ever heard of anthocyanin? Aditi, I was going to say that.
Yes, sir.
So anthocyanin क्या है? It is also a type of plant pigment. Okay. Now in our animal kingdom, in your plant kingdom, there are many different types of but out of them the most abundant one is chlorophyll. Okay, although there are many different chlorophyll which are present, but the most abundant it is the chlorophyll pigment. So over here, when we see with respect to photosynthetic pigments, this is energy-rich organic compound. Okay, now the pigments which are present, those are absolutely essential. Why they are essential? Because through this only we can have the process of photosynthesis. So imagine if these pigments are not present, what will happen? So the all basic life process will stop. Energy जो है, okay, that chemical energy of this comes from the. Just give me 1 second. Must come from the. These are actually the products of the light energy. Now, when we consider light energy which is present, now sun is present as the ultimate source of energy. So when the sunlight and the heat energy from the sun it enters into on the planet, so that means that light energy today now or it has been now proposed कि light energy से होता है photosynthesis or it drives the photosynthesis. But अगर that particular photosynthesis if it has to get occurred, there must be some container in which that light energy should be either tapped, either it should be absorbed or it should be get contained so that the photosynthesis can occur. And those particular containers, we call them by the name as pigment. So the vital role is performed on the green pigment. So in photosynthesis, the major role which are or the main hero of the photosynthesis it is the chlorophyll, which is one of the most abundant pigment in the entire plant kingdom. Now when we consider chlorophyll, we just know it is a green color pigment है. But what exactly is the chemical nature of chlorophyll is what some we have not. Okay, now chlorophyll structure is very complicated, Mind you, chlorophyll का structure is very much complicated. Has seen a chlorophyll? Anyone? Have you seen the structure of chlorophyll? Okay, Mansi has seen. Okay. What about others? Have you seen the structure of chlorophyll? Okay, Aditi is saying. Okay, so that means you have a fair enough idea कि what that structure looks like. So you can, if you try to remember it, it looks like a bit, can I say complicated structure? बहुत complicated लगता है. Okay, so when you see it is a complicated structure, so that means it must be something having a very very definite role. Try to share the image. If I just get an idea ki how complex the structure it is. Just give me 1 second. Yes. So if you see in the diagram over here, this is how the structure of the chlorophyll looks like. Something which is like out of directly a horror movie kind of film, because the structure is so complex of chlorophyll. But you can consider as a pentagon or something, a mismatched structure. Okay, pentagon rings होते हैं, joining rings होते हैं. So these are all which are present and they form the structure of the chlorophyll. But just imagine the plant is actually synthesizing this pigment. So imagine how much effort the plant is taking. Okay, now when we consider chlorophyll also, chlorophyll is not formed directly. What you see in the structure, what you have seen the structure, that each carbon which is present, that bond is actually built up. तो अचानक से वो ऐसा वो complicated structure form नहीं होता. So it is made from simple substances and then made into the complex. Okay, now that chlorophyll is actually formed from a precursor. Yeah. Okay. This is for chlorophyll. For pre, it is that chemical we call chlorophyll or a precursor. Now this protochlorophyll is actually the compound wherein there is 2 hydrogen atoms which are absent in the pyrrole ring. Okay, this particular protochlorophyll less in of pyrrole ring. Present, if they grown in dark, they produce small amount of protochlorophyll. But sunlight, chlorophyll is quantitatively converted to chlorophyll. Why? Because it is most you can consider as the most form. Okay, so when you grow seeds in a dark condition, so what will happen? Less amount of protochlorophyll will be. If you transfer those seeds in the sunlight, much amount of form and it will be converted to chlorophyll. Now, in the case of gymnosperms, they have some unique feature. Gymnosperms can actually produce chlorophyll even in darkness. You know, even okay, they can still produce chlorophyll even in the dark. And Grenick, in their 1950, 1956, these were the first 2 persons who clipped the of photosynthesis. Now, synthesis of chlorophyll occurring. So you have glutamic acid converted to aminoleic acid, which forms called Eg, neuroporphyrin, which forms protoporphyrinogen, which from protoporphyrogen 9, then a magnesium gets attached called as magnesium protoporphyrin 9. Okay, then it's monovinyl chlorophyll A, which forms protochlorophyll. When you add a you become, it gives you protochlorophyll. And this protochlorophyll, it is a precursor for all the subsequent products of photosynthesis or food. So, can directly get chlorophyll A attached to phytoil, convert it to chlorophyll, and then form chlorophyllide A. And this chlorophyllide A, again, when you add the phytoil, it will again it will give you so दो phytoil हो गए bacteriochlorophyll. One phytoil it will chlorophyll A. Please note down the scheme. Scheme लिखो. You're not supposed to study in detail, okay? But still to have an idea कि how exactly chlorophyll is formed. So that is why I'm telling you that it now. You do not have to remember, but you should know how chlorophyll is formed. That is why I'm telling you to write it down. Okay, and once it is done, yes, Mansi, I will tell first you write down. Chlorophyll. Now, as such, when you see the structure of both the two, मतलब अगर मैंने chlorophyll A लिया, bacteriochlorophyll लिया, okay, और chlorophyll and bacteriochlorophyll, there is the main structure है, मतलब जब main जो complicated structure है, okay, that is common, मतलब दोनों में same ही है, सिर्फ उसके side chain से उसमें ही differ होगा. Okay, so जो side chain है उसमें ही differ होगा. Okay, as such there is no drastic difference. Okay, उसमें बहुत ज्यादा difference नहीं है, सिर्फ जो side chains है उसमें ही थोड़ा difference होगा. Okay, so that is with respect to just the bacteriochlorophyll and normal chlorophyll. Okay, now what people also believe that कि the immediate precursor of chlorophyll is chlorophyllide and not protochlorophyll. So that is why मैंने यहाँ पे arrow दिखाया है. Some believe that protochlorophyll is not the immediate precursor, but they say that it is chlorophyllide. Yeah, protochlorophyllide, it is the main precursor of chlorophyll. Okay. Now, Gassman and Bogorad in their 1967, along with Okeronogon and Skegelman in their 1968, both found that protochlorophyllide is actually reduced to chlorophyllide. Okay, so protochlorophyllide. So where is protochlorophyllide? This. So protochlorophyllide gets reduced to chlorophyllide A. मतलब not this. Directly यहाँ से लेके यहाँ पे. Okay, so it forms chlorophyllide A, and that chlorophyllide A then gives you chlorophyll. Okay. Now, in the last sentence or the last slide, I have also mentioned in gymnosperms also, but along with that, there are some ferns and algae wherein light is not required for chlorophyll synthesis. Okay, so they do not require light, but they also can synthesize the chlorophyll in the absence of light. Now, the last step is known as esterification of step. Okay, so what do you mean by esterification? Esterification is wherein a phytal group is attached to the main molecule. लाइक कि जो मैंने कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्ट्रक्चर दिखा, तो आपको इफ यू रिमेंबर कि क्लोरोफिल एक लॉन्ग चेन होता है एट वन ऑफ द एंड, सो दैट वो जो लॉन्ग चेन होता है दैट इज अटैच्ड टू द मेन कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्ट्रक्चर, एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टेप इज नोन एज द एस्टेरिफिकेशन स्टेप, जहां पे वो फाइटोइड टेल वो मेन स्ट्रक्चर को अटैच होता है. ओके, एंड द एंजाइम व्हिच is present in this called as chlorophyllase. The enzyme which is called as chlorophyllase, and chlorophyll A is say that is believed to give rise to chlorophyll B. So the जो पहले main component form होता है that is chlorophyll A. Okay, so यहाँ पे भी chlorophyllite okay actually gives you first chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A if it gets modified gives you chlorophyll B. But ये दोनों modify होकर bacterial chlorophyll नहीं देते. Bacterial chlorophyll is a distinct class which is present only in the bacteria, not in the higher plants. Okay, so we have a complicated structure present. That complicated structure को you attach a phytoid tail, that is called by the name as esterification, and that esterification takes place in the enzyme chlorophyllase. Then you need to understand कि ये सब कहाँ हो रहा है. This is all occurring in the chloroplast of the plant cell, and once chlorophyll A is formed, then it will give rise to chlorophyll B. Okay, so now over here we will start with the particular just an introduction which is called as the chlorophyll pigments. Okay, now in today's world there are 7 different types of chlorophylls which are known. Chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E. So those are the 5. Sixth one is bacterial chlorophyll, and seventh one is bacterioviridin. Okay, now what is the features, what are the different characteristics of each and every chlorophyll, that will particularly see in the next lecture. Okay, so for the time being we'll stop here for today. The next part we'll discuss in the next lecture. Okay, and I also tell Karuna ma'am to join for the meeting. Okay, so we'll have the meeting right now. Okay, I tell her to join.